السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. Brothers and sisters, welcome to lesson 20 of module 4 of Learn Tajweed for Allah. Inshallah, today's subject is going to be dealing with the Arabic letters relative to Tafkheem and Tarqiq. Tafkheem has to do with intensifying and magnifying the letters, and Tarqiq has to do with the letters' thinness and weakness. So we start by defining Tafkheem and Tarqiq. But before getting into its definition, we must know that there's a connection of these two attributes to two attributes that we discussed before, al-isti'ala wal-istifal. And we had mentioned there that we are going to be discussing Tafkheem later on because of the connection to it. So let us understand that the right of the letter of isti'ala is to focus the letter to the dome of the palate, while its mustahaq, its fruit, or what results from it, from doing this, from focusing the letter to the dome of the mouth, the resultant is Tafkheem. That is, the Tafkheem naturally follows if any letter of al-isti'ala is correctly pronounced. So the linguistic definition of Tafkheem is intensifying and magnifying, while in Tajweed, Tafkheem is a fullness that comes over the letter which fills the mouth with the reverberation of the sound of the letter. On the other hand, the right of the letter of istifal is falling or dropping of the sound of the letter. Its mustahaq, or its resultant, what results from this is tarqiq. That is, the tarqiq naturally follows if any letter of istifal is correctly pronounced. So, the linguistic definition of tarqiq is thinness. In Tajweed, tarqiq is a thinness that enters the body of the letters, so the mouth is not filled with the reverberation of the sound of the letter. So, how does Tafkheem and Tarqiq occur in a letter? Tafkheem occurs by the narrowing that occurs in the passage of the throat and the elevating and rising of the sound of the letter to the roof of the mouth. So the sound of the letter is pressured towards the dome of the mouth. Thus, all that is needed to achieve Tafkheem is focus the sound of the letter to the upper palate, so it hits the upper palate and returns. So its reverberation and this fullness that it has fills the mouth. The scholars call this reverberation Tafkheem. Look at the picture above and observe this. Observe how the sound moves to the top and then returns back, reverberates in the mouth. As for the tarqiq, it does not need any special effort, since it just naturally flows from the mouth without any additional effort. An important note, very important note, is that the lips has no connection with Tafkheem. The lips has no connection with Tafkheem. You don't need to round the lips, to bring together the lips and make it round to pronounce a letter with Tafkheem. Tafkheem has to do with the letter and the sound of the letter and the fullness of the letter in the mouth, focusing to the top and reverberating. So now that we have an understanding of Tafkheem and Tarqiq and their relation to isti'ala wal istifal, let us get into the Arabic letters relative to Tafkheem and Tarqiq. So, as we said before, we have the letters of isti'ala, the letters that are musta'aliyah, and they are khussa, daghtin, qidh. On the other side, we have the letters of istifal, the letters that are mustafila. These are the remaining letters of the Arabic alphabet, the remaining 22 letters of the Arabic alphabet. Now, for the letters that are musta'aliyah, they always have Tafkheem. The kha, the sad, the dad, the ghain, the ta, the qaf, and the dha, they always have Tafkheem. This means that regardless of what sign is upon it, be it fatha, kasra, dhamma, sukun, or shadda, it has Tafkheem. On the other side, the letters that are mustafila, they are divided into two categories. Letters that sometimes have tafkheem, but at all other times they have tarqiq. These letters are three: alif, lam, and ra. Sometimes they have tafkheem, and at all other times they have tarqiq. On the other side, there are 19 remaining letters that never have tafkheem. They never have tafkheem. They always have tarqiq. They never have tafkheem. They always have tarqiq. The letters that always have tafkheem. We had discussed this. We said that all 7 letters of al-isti'la make up this category. These letters are khussa, daghtin, qiz. These letters do not all have the same degree of tafkheem. Instead, there are differences according to the letter's characteristics and the strength or weakness of these characteristics. Thus, a letter that has a stronger characteristic would have stronger tafkheem. So the itbaq letters, sad, dad, ta, and dha, are stronger in tafkheem than the rest of the isti'la letters, due to the adhesion of the tongue to the roof of the mouth in conjunction with the elevation of the tongue for these 4 letters. The ranking of the letter from strongest to weakest is, therefore, ta, then dad, then sad, then dha. These are the 4 letters of itbaq, and obviously they have a higher ranking in relation to tafkheem than the qaf, then the ghain, and then the kha. As we notice, the kha is the weakest and the ta is the highest. Levels of tafkheem. There are 2 different schools of thought when it comes to the subject of tafkheem. We are going to follow one and discuss that one, inshallah. This particular school of thought divides the levels of tafkheem into 5 levels. The first and the highest level is a tafkheem letter being followed by a long alif. Being followed by a long alif. For example, the alif in qala. Qala. It is very elevated. The second level is a tafkheem letter with a fatha that is not followed by the alif. Qad. The third level, that of a tafkheem letter having a dhamma. Qul, qul, qala, qad, qul. As we can see, if we listen carefully, the intensity decreases as we move down in the level. The fourth level is a tafkheem letter with sukoon. Yaqta'un, yaqta'un. And the fifth level, final level, the last level, that of a tafkheem letter with a kasra. Qila. So these are the 5 levels of tafkheem. So alhamdulillah, we have covered and finished dealing with tafkheem. Inshallah, in the ensuing video, in the one that follows, inshallah, we will deal with tarqiq, its different levels and how it operates. So alhamdulillah, we praise Allah for allowing us to complete the first part, because we're going to divide this lesson into 2 parts. The first part of lesson 20 of module 4, inshallah. And in it we have completed the categories of tafkheem, as I said. So alhamdulillah for this real honor. May Allah bless us and guide us and help us in this Ramadan to make the effort that is necessary for us to benefit from these important lessons that teaches us to get closer and better with our Quran. May Allah guide us and bless us with all the blessings of Ramadan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.